there. Thanks so much for joining me today. I am Colleen Klimczak, organizational coach and certified professional organizer. I own Peace of Mind Professional Organizing, LLC. Since 2003, I've been helping my clients live better lives through organizing and organizational and productivity coaching. In addition to organizing and coaching, I support my clients with a weekly newsletter, a weekly accountability and productivity session through professional speaking, blogging, and podcasting. Want to finish strong with me this week? Join me for Finish Line Friday every Friday morning at 9 a.m. Central for a 2-hour productivity session. Drop me an email at colleen@peaceofmindpo.com or follow the Zoom room link on my Instagram or Facebook pages. So we are on episode 60 today, if you can believe it. I know I can't. I actually just spent some time last night copying and pasting all of the topics, all of the podcast names that I've done since I started. Man, we have covered some ground since November of 2022. And I'm so grateful to be here with you still. So I'm recording this the second full week of January, and I will be presenting my new and improved meal planning presentation later this week. And I've also been making healthier choices myself the last few weeks. So I've been thinking about what healthy means in terms of some great questions that a client asked about menu planning as well. But none of that is the point of this post. As always, when I ponder nutrition and meal planning, I hear in my head the recurring mantra, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Yep, I'm going to say it again. If nothing changes, nothing changes. I first wrote about this saying 6 years ago after co-teaching a class with my friend Mark at a local library on bullet journaling. Bullet journaling is a great productivity tool, and I promised some of the class participants that I would publish more about it, and I will. But we talked at that presentation that bullet journaling, or just living life with more intention, can be a catalyst or a tool for change. Because if nothing changes, nothing changes. And I'm always reminded that people don't attend my classes because they want everything in their lives to stay exactly the same. Since they're coming to a class, I have to imagine that the topic is interesting to them, and that if they're willing to commit an hour of their time to attend a class, then maybe they're also willing to make some changes, right? Because if nothing changes, nothing changes. So people choose to learn about new things because they want to think or do things differently. And I love presenting organizational topics because I can be a resource then for my participants for positive change. So tonight I will offer my first presentation of 2024. And I'm reminded, if nothing changes, nothing changes. So this week I will ask my participants, what would you like to change? And I'm asking you as well. So what do you want to change about your life? And what are you willing to do differently to create that change? Sometimes change happens to us from the outside. And sometimes we're the catalyst for change from the inside. In this instance, I'm asking you what you want to change or make better. Because if nothing changes, nothing changes. When I first wrote about this topic, I had published an article 6 years ago now, I think. So when I had first wrote about this topic, I had recently stepped up to run for public office to serve on our local school board. And 6.5 years later, I'm still on the board as the board president, but that is also a different topic for a different day. When I was thinking about the opportunity, I was asked by someone that I truly respect to make this big change, to take on this responsibility that would help my community. And as I was thinking about it, one of my very wise sons asked me 3 questions. The first one was, what will change from day to day if you take this on? Meaning, did I need to sacrifice something? Would I need to alter our schedules? And, the answer was, I'll have to make room in my schedule for these changes, for these new responsibilities, but I can and am willing to do the necessary modifications to let go of a few roles and responsibilities to make room for this new one. So I was willing to make the change when it came logistically to my calendar and my schedule to make room for this new opportunity. The second question I think was the most important, and that was, what good can you do? And that is a big answer, right? So this was the more important question for me. Yes, this responsibility was big and maybe time consuming and a little intimidating, but the opportunity, the idea of the good that I could do that would come from the change was enough to inspire me to act. And my son's third question is, what did Dad say when you told him? So my husband. And that made us both laugh, and obviously still does 6.5 years later. So change is exciting and motivating and energizing, but it can also occasionally be terrifying, uncomfortable, and paralyzing. I mean, come on, change can be difficult. Because what if the change is the wrong change? And I would counter that with, sure, but what if it's the right one? And sometimes we worry, what if the change is going to be awkward or hard or uncomfortable? And I would ask, yeah, but what if it's not? And again, what are the opportunities? What is the good that could come from the change? So in a lighthearted aside, I want to ask just a few things, offer a few suggestions to jumpstart some healthier habits in 2024. Again, inspired by this meal planning presentation that I'm going to be doing a little later this week. 7 things we can do to make changes right away this week. So first of all, drink a large glass of ice cold water every morning. It's hard. I know it's cold out, but it's really good for us. Second is to make a habit to regularly take your medications and supplements, maybe with breakfast or dinner at bedtime. I have a pill sorter and I have a timer on my phone, so I make sure to take my supplements regularly. Another thing that we can do is to clean out our briefcase, backpack, handbag, whatever that is. It is amazing what ends up in the bottom of our bags when we're not paying attention. So by all means, stand straighter and travel lighter by cleaning those out and paring down to what we really need. One thing I was also reminded of over the weekend, I was watching a movie that I like, and there's this great image of an apple sitting next to the character's car keys and wallet to grab on the way out the door. And I know that that would help me. I'm wondering if it would help you too, right? So making healthy choices portable and convenient. Something else to do this time of year especially is ideally every day, but at least a couple times a week, grab an antibacterial wipe and wipe down your computer, area, keyboard, desk phone, and cell phone, because ew. Also, a great thing to do in January is to grab your calendar and make your medical appointments for your annual physical and screenings for the year, including 2 dentist appointments. And finally, go to bed. No, seriously, go to bed early. You know you want to, so just go to bed. It's cold outside. We want to hit the pillow early. Just go for it, because you'll feel better and be more productive and more positive tomorrow. So those are simple changes to make, right? Let's make change. There's an old adage that I read recently, and there are 7 frogs on a log, and one decided to jump. How many frogs are on the log? And the answer, of course, is 7. Until that one frog actually jumps, there's still 7 frogs on the log. Decision making is important, of course, but real change only comes from action. Because if nothing changes, nothing changes. So think your thoughts this week. Dream your dreams, make your plans, and then act. Take that single small first step towards change on your own terms. Jump off that log, because if nothing changes, nothing changes. The new year is a time of transition for all of us. Times of transition are excellent opportunities to make positive change. If it's time to invest in yourself and explore coaching for organizing and productivity, I would love to hear from you. Drop me a line via email at colleen@peaceofmindpo.com or message me through any of my social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. Thanks so much, and talk to you next week.